The Autism for Awareness. And the way that came about is my daughter has autism, and after Damon got to know my daughter and understood about autism and listening about the different trials and tribulations that we go through with a daughter that has it, he said to me, well, there's something I have to do to really get the word out, because he sees how hard it is finding schools that accept it, understanding that your child who's only 5 years old has to take medication, which can drain the family. And Damon saw that, and it was from the heart that he came to me and says, there's something that I want to do. I got to do something to bring this to everybody's attention. And of course, now we have June 20th, the event we're having, which is an awareness. I'm a charity. It's an awareness for autism, awareness, and for anti-bullying. And I just want to thank you, Damon, for that. I really appreciate it. So I think you deserve a round of applause for that, because you brought that. And I really don't want to get up and do it, because this is not my thing, being in front of people, so I apologize if I'm kind of bantering here. But I insisted to do this. Usually him and I are talking 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, not my choice. He likes to call me, and we go over different ideas. And this is one idea that I said to him, absolutely, we'll do. I agree with you. But before I hand the mic over to Damon, one thing I believe in with the Champions of Tomorrow, and I was telling Trapagano over here at the town talk, was that it's we're trying to put boxing back into a not the perspective, but we want to bring it back to its glory days. I know MMA came in and took over, but if you were to ask anybody today who the heavyweight champion of the world is, not too many people can answer that question. There's probably a lot of guys here again, but back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, you could. So we came up with Champions of Tomorrow. It's the evolution of boxing. It's a new beginning. And obviously this is Damon, Meldrick, and Marty are going to make that happen. So without further ado, Damon Feldman.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Mike's my advisor, and since he's been on board, we've been doing just tremendous work here. And it's really, when I got involved with the autism thing, I don't want to mislead anybody. Charity events are great, and I love to help people out, but this is more of an awareness. You know, if you have children, thank God, I have a son 6, daughter 10, and they're healthy. I thank God for that, And but doing this and the anti-bullying, which Teach Anti-Bullying and is going to be on board, and they'll be here setting up booths for that, so it's really great. But it's so special to have, there's several celebrities here just showing up, and I really appreciate this. Give me 1 second. Very hot. I'm not showing my arms up here now.
He's flexing.
There's a lot of people I want to thank. We had the first press conference about 5 weeks ago, and it was to tell everyone about our Champions of Tomorrow series, because I've teamed up with some legends, and it's really incredible. I've been on 3 years, and it's my first pro fight in 8 years I'm doing, and have everybody on this card. It's just really an incredible situation. There's several fighters out here that I'm going to acknowledge, and people, and it's just very, very special to be able to give back and, give boxing a chance, because, it's fallen off the map. And my goal here is to bring some world champions back to Philly, not just be world champions. They're going to fight in Philly and defend their world title. So I want to thank, before I get started, I want to introduce everybody up to the gate here, and have been really special in the fights. And we have some really tremendous amount of people here. And I want to thank everybody. Thank MJ, Bill Cook, John Schaefer for this event here. My partners, I'd like to welcome, first is my dad, Marty Feldman. He's a trainer of 7 world champions. And it's really special. He's going to be celebrating his 80th birthday this year. I'd like to welcome, he's one of my partners. Let's sit over here. Next, This gentleman, in 1984, he captured the Olympic gold medal, and then he went on to score 2 world titles. And I'd like to welcome, he's from Philadelphia on, and it's just an amazing opportunity to work with this gentleman. He is part of one of the biggest boxing controversies still on HBO to this day. I'd like to welcome Meldrick TNT Taylor. I'm going to invite all the fighters up here right now. Then I'm going to acknowledge people and we'll get on with the card. June 20th, right here at the deck. Tickets are available at webtix.net. Now, it's $75 for VIP meet and greets. Everyone's gone. You'll be able to meet several celebrities here. And, world champions coming. I'm going to acknowledge all of them in just 1 second. 50 ringside, 35 general admission. Webtix.net. WEBTix.net. Next, I'd like to welcome up here. He's going to sit as an honorary celebrity here. You see him in the Jackass movies all over MTV. Good friend. He's also fought for me in my other events. I'd like to welcome Phil Margera. I want to thank Gus Calabrese from UpcomingEvents.com. He's one of the top event sites and be an affiliate helping us out here. Really excited to have him on board. Gus Calabrese. Next, before we get started, this gentleman, I'd like to bring him up here. He's one of the top legendary referees in boxing. He's also the ambassador of Norristown. I'd like to welcome Hank Cisco. This is Hank Cisco. He's done over 90 fights, and he's also done several world title fights. I want to thank our matchmaker, publicist helping out here, Mark Abrams. Champions of Tomorrow is going to be coming all over. I'm going to tell you about that in a little while. This is Hank Cisco, man. He's a special guy. He's 89 years old. I don't even keep throwing an age on this guy. Is amazing, man. Also, these events are going to be starting to be televised and so forth on SportsTitan.tv. I'd like to welcome Scott Johnson, the producer. I want to thank Charlie Monroe and Kevin Atwell from Ridley News. And I'd like to thank Tony Tabarelli, former heavyweight, and manager Jerry DiCaprio. These guys have been very special in my life. And I'm able to introduce this guy because this is my, our event. But this gentleman, he has his book out. And Meldrick has his book out too up here, and he's signing them. 2 Seconds from Glory, very special about this whole thing with Chavez. But I'd like to welcome my uncle. He was just recently on National Geographic about his life story. And this, guy did has a book out, Trains at Point Moscow, and just did a show on National Geographic, Escape from Gulag. I'd like to welcome my uncle Jerry Amster. Awesome. I'd like to welcome the Fighters On Champions of Tomorrow card, being sponsored by Anthony's Italian Restaurant, Cipollone Construction, the Juggernaut Security, Benny's Barbershop in Springfield, in Cockerville, Nissan and Subaru, as well as cheerleaders in Philadelphia. That's where the parties will be. So next, I'd like to welcome up. He's a super bantamweight contender from Philadelphia. He's 4-1. I'd like to welcome up. He's the next Macho Camacho. Let's welcome Alex Macho Barboza. Macho Barboza from LA Boxing. We also have, he's not here tonight, I don't know, is David Gonzalez here? No. But I'd like to welcome, he's one of this gentleman, I've known him for years when I was fighting. He's one of the top up-and-coming managers around. Welcome Maz Gonzalez. is Maz. He's one of the up-and-coming, not up-and-coming, he's been around for years. And just give me a little time, a lot of people here, so. Next, before the fighter up, I'd like to welcome this gentleman up, because this guy is a two-time world heavyweight champion, good friend for years. I've known him, I fought on one of his cards when I was a kid. Let's welcome Terrible Tim Witherspoon. Terrible Tim. Two-time heavyweight champion of the world.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. And since he's up here, I'd like to welcome his brother, who's one of the top trainers around in boxing. Let's welcome Steve Witherspoon. And on the card this night, it's real special. He's one of the featured champions tomorrow. Let's welcome Tim Witherspoon Jr. It's Tim Witherspoon Jr., ladies and gentlemen. We also have another former world heavyweight champion whose fighter is going to be, his son is going to be on the card. He's not here tonight, but Isaiah Selden. We also have from Wilmington, Delaware, I don't know if he's here yet, he will be coming in. He's also featured on the card, Joe Tiberi Jr. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome up. His father was one of the top lightweight contenders around, fought for the world title. I'd like to welcome up Tyrone Crawley Jr. I have to get all these fighters up. It's real special. And next up, last but not least, this gentleman is one of the rising heavyweight prospects in the country. And he'll be taking on a very tough opponent that night. Scored a big upset. I'd like to welcome, this gentleman's a great story because not only is he a fighter, but he's a radiation therapist during the day at Jefferson University. He's also a graduate from Temple University, from South Philly, being led up by his trainer. I call him as the next Angelo Dundee, Anthony Diagalbo. Let's welcome John Mercurio.
Yeah, I'm gonna announce it.
Also added to this card, ladies and gentlemen, from Miami, Florida, by way of Cuba, I got Yumis Digoba. He's going to be fighting the 10-round fight for the WBC Latino title, I believe, right? Also, you just saw the other guy, he's not here. He's from North Jersey. He'll be fighting, it was just on Showtime. It's John Thompson. He's on the feet. He'll also be on the card. Also, ladies and gentlemen, before I go further, I'd like to welcome up this gentleman to the International Boxing Hall of Fame. I'd like to welcome up the former bantamweight champion of the world, Jolton Jeff Chandler. And he's being led up here by my man from Big Cat Promotions, the one and only James Gibbs and Greg Hackett. This is Jolton Jeff, man. This guy's a legend. Oh, look at all these legends up here. This is crazy. This looks like the International Boxing Hall of Fame. But this is boxing, man. These are world champions. They feature on NBC, ABC Sports, all these guys, HBO. Look at this. All these champions are here to support Champions of Tomorrow because this is what the series is. And this is big. We're building this, but I'm right here. Everybody's asking me why I came out to Delaware County. Well, 12 years ago, I started out here. My first show was here at the deck. It was called the Lagoon. And I'm really excited about coming back here thanks to MJ, Billy, and John. And we're going to make, this is going to be history that night. I know, you know, we have TV, we have everything. It's everything you want in a boxing match is going to be here on June 20th. I really appreciate everybody spreads the word because we're trying to pack this house and bring boxing back to Philadelphia. I didn't forget this gentleman because he's helping me out. We're going to be starting to do fights in Delaware, and we're really excited about him. He's coming on board with us. I'd like to welcome from On the Rocks Entertainment next Saturday, June 15th. We have a ring girl contest as well as the meet and greet with Meldrick at the Tap Room in Wilmington. I'd like to welcome up Andreas Gentis. I'm trying to get this. Natalie Mercado and Edwin Ayala from On the Rocks Entertainment. Big help here. Next up, I want to thank this gentleman because me and him, he's the brains, well, we both are, but I really appreciate it. We have something so unique coming out. We have the new celebrity boxing phone app, as well as you can match hundreds of celebrities against each other, as well as Celebrity CompuFight phone app on the Android phone. Hopefully this thing can hit it big because I got child support to pay, but I don't like to joke anymore. I just want to be serious with this stuff. But I'd like to welcome all these guys at Genius. I'm really excited to be working with them. And we have a great big thing coming up here with the phone apps. I'd like to welcome Craig Sorolnik. Come on up, Craig. He likes to be underneath. Again, I'd like to thank Scott Johnson, SportsTitan.tv. Before I go any further, I'd like to welcome up this gentleman. It's going to be really exciting in Delaware because we're going to be bringing this guy back. And I am doing just a little gimmick here because he's going to be the king of the 4-round. He's already a 4-round America's champion. We make his return with his manager, Martin Reed, and they have this heck of a thing planned out here. I'd like to welcome Tom the Ripper Cameron. Tom the Ripper and Martin Reed. You got it, man. Also, I'm going to thank all the sponsors and my man from Chester, Yamin Promotions, Dahu Carter, and just everybody, man. You know, we got a great team. You know, everybody behind this event. And next, my other fight coming up, our Champions tomorrow. I'm sorry to be talking so much. We get started with this. Dude, I got to recognize everybody. I'd like to welcome. He's one of the top light heavyweight prospects. Really excited to have him. Going to be featured on the Philadelphia card. I'd like to welcome Charles the Cobra Hayward. This guy, honestly, I want everybody to see him because mark my word, he's going to be the next light heavyweight champion of the world. Charles the Cobra Hayward. I want to thank Ashley Power for her help. Last but not least, I got to give this guy just a shout out in the final, then let the fighters talk. This gentleman is the former 5-time wing ball champion. Let's give a round of applause to Bill El Wingador Simmons. So I'm going to let a few people talk. This gentleman, you know, the former heavyweight champion of the world's son. You know, I've met him a few times. Great kid. He's going to be one of the features. Terrible Tim Witherspoon Jr. What do you have to say, man? Come on up there. And his dad, man. This guy's a legend.
Hey, I just want to say thank you to Damon and everyone else that he announced for putting us together. I'm looking forward 2 weeks exactly today to fight and do my thing. I want to thank my team, actually my father who's been training me since the beginning, my uncle. They've both been sacrificing a lot so I can make it to this point. So I always gotta announce them and make sure that they get what they deserve. I got, managers, and there's Diego Robinson back there who knew me since before I knew who I was, who's been part of my team my whole life. And pretty much, I just want to come out and show everybody what I can do, like I always do, and put on a good show. And that's it. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
I just want to let everybody know I'm the real Tim with this one. Because he has a son. I know there's a lot of people up there, I'm a speedo, but he has a son too, and there's 3 of us, and I'm the real Tim. My son, when he was little, he was trying to box and everything. I really didn't want him to box. I'm gonna make this real fast. He wanted to box, so he went off to upstate with my brother Steve and was training, and I was watching him all along as he was going up the ladder and stuff. And then I seen it. I said, "Whoa, this guy!" He came back. I seen him really progressing real good. And then I jumped in. I jumped in like the latter part of your amateur career, right? He won the state title, and then he started fighting. But I was kind of cautious when he turned pro because of all the negative things I went through in boxing with a lot of different promoters. I was with Don King for 9 years. I was kind of cautious, and I wanted to do it our way. I wanted to fight and win, and sign with a big guy. And it showed on his record. He's a real good boxer, Tim is, and he can punch. And a lot of that is my fault. Trying to direct his career right because I was so cautious. He should be undefeated. Undefeated record. And so he's been training hard. We got a new management. We got a good team going. Now it's his time now. Like Danny Garcia, he used to box with Danny Garcia, all these guys. Now Danny Garcia is very successful now, and I'm looking back saying, wow, I think I didn't do the right things, but still, and he doesn't say to me that I think we should have did this and did that. But I think I made, because of my cautiousness, and all the dealings. I had to sign 19 contracts one time in front of Don, and he just gave me $5,000 and stuff. You had to sign these things. You had to do these things. So he's going to come back with a vengeance, and he's going to have he got a better overhand right than me. No, his sister do. His sister do. But all I want to do is say that we got a new team. Tim is going to show his best on that night, and you're going to see another champion. That's all. I just want to thank everybody for coming. Thank you, Damon. I know his father all these years, and it's good to be back. It's good to be back to bring boxing back to Philly because we need it. Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
3-time heavyweight champion of the world. So next up, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a great event. I'm going to announce him, the next Macho Man, let him be short but sweet with talks, Alex Barboza.
Thank you to be here on this stage with so many, boxing legends, a lot of history here. It's a very humbling experience. So I'm very thankful that Damon and his team extended the offer for me to be able to participate on this card. 14 more days. 14 more days is it. Then all of us go and do what we do. We definitely want to put on a hell of a card. Give the people the Delco area a little bit of something to think about, talk about, a little buzz, and maybe possibly bring boxing right back to the deck. Apparently, it used to be here all the time, right? Okay. I don't know much. But again, I look forward to putting on a great show, and thanks for having me here.
You got it, man. Macho Alex Barboza. Next, his dad was a former lightweight contender, good friends. I'd like to welcome Tyrone Crawley Jr. He's undefeated 3-0. 4-0.
I want to say it's an honor to be up here with everybody, Tim, John, you know, the legends, Mr. Jeff, Alex, Charles. You know, it's a privilege. I train hard every day. I take boxing seriously. As an amateur, I was 21-0 and 4-0. I train hard. I put my blood, sweat, and tears in this every day. People don't know that because, you know, I played basketball and football in high school, but I take boxing seriously. It's in my blood. You know, as you can see, I got similar style to my dad. I heard I was faster, but, you know, I'm working on that now. But
Keep working on that.
June 20th, 14 days. I'm 140 right now, and I fight 135. So I got 4 or 5 more pounds, and I'm in shape. I look good. I will lift my shirt up, but ain't enough chicks in here. I want to say thank. I got a friend in the back, Bilal. He played basketball overseas. He just won the championship. And we praise Bilal. I got support. Shout out everybody that came. Aaron, Kelly, I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming to see me. And June 20th, I mean, I'll be in shape. I'll be ready. Tyrone Butterfly Crawley the 3rd.
That's awesome, man. His dad's also a former police officer. I just want to also acknowledge he's coming in Australia. He'll be on our next card, July 18th. He's an Australian champion. He just flew over this week. He's being trained by Anthony DiGalbo. Tyson Maurer. Come on in front of the stage, front. He's an Australian champion. If you remember Jeff Fennick, Barry, the former champions, he might be the next one from Australia, man. We'll see you ready. Also, I'd like to acknowledge another top trainer. If you remember Bert Cooper, this gentleman directed Cooper to his title fight with Evander Holyfield, Lance Boudini. Right. I can't see that far, but I'd like to welcome, I heard he's here, great friend, former junior middleweight champion of the world, Buster the Demon Drayton. Where is he? I can't see him. There he is, former IBF junior middleweight champion of the world, Buster Drayton. There he is. Okay, I'm going to let my partner talk real fast. I'm going to introduce a couple of other fighters. Let them talk. I'd like to welcome the 2-time world champion, Olympic gold medalist. He's going to tell you what we're all about, Meldrick Taylor.
Yeah, I've been retired for about 10 years now. I retired in 2003. And but my last big fight I had was in 1994 when I got the rematch with Chavez in Las Vegas. And after that, I started getting very small fights. You know, traveling overseas, to different places, Mexico, Denmark, to get fights, you know, to make money. And it was like robbing me. I would turn around for the time. They started to use me, use my name, but they fired on. So I that's what they tried to do. I went to fight, they wouldn't give me a decision. I said, no, I gotta retire. So I retired in 2003. So for 10 years now, I've been in retirement. And this recently I got a call a few months ago from Tyrone Biggs. And he was telling me, this guy named David Fleming, he's pulling fights, he wants you back. He wants you back. So what you mean want me back? He wants you back, man. He wants you to come out of retirement and make a comeback. I said, man, God, you crazy, man. See, that's serious, man. He wants your number. Can I give him your number so he can call you? I said, man, you crazy, man. I ain't trying to fight him. I'm retired, man. So anyway, he gives me a call. And I see David Fleming told me, hey, buddy, hey, man, what's up, man? I played your car before years ago. Before Philadelphia, my name David Fleming. My dad name is Mike Fleming. He was a referee and all that. I was trying to remember, you know who he was. I could remember who he was. Anyway, he said, oh man, he said, I want you to come back, man. He said, You know, the fight out there with your hand speed, man, with your foot speed, with your charisma, man, we want you to come back and box. So you see, you ain't changed, man. I said, look, man, I ain't get no license for boxing, man. This is for my license. So, man, if you want fights now, I can get you back out there, man. I'm gonna get you back up early fights, man. Put you back up. So, man, I'm tired, man. I'm too old. You fighting now. So, no, man, but how can you do it? 48, you fight too. So, no, man, I said, I'm really tired, man. So, no, seriously, man. I'm promoting fights now. It's called Champions with Tomorrow. You sound very ambitious, so be self-opponent. You made something, you expected what you trying to do. I thought I could definitely be some credibility to the promotion, and in the capacity I could come on board and become and start promoting fights. I mean, I didn't see this coming. I had the wildest idea that I'd be promoting fights. But just thank God, you know, for best me to be on board with, be on this team, and be on board promoting fights, especially for Philadelphia. I love Philly. If they could bring great boxing back to Philly, I'm looking forward to this, man. We just need, he's very ambitious, man. When I talk to this guy, he knows everybody. He knows, I'm like, listen, I'm about to get him for fall. I retired in 2003. When I retired, I turned my back on boxing. I left it alone. I just didn't watch fights no more. You got to do more fights no more. I was like, I just left boxing alone. So now I'm back now in a promotional capacity. I don't know nothing about the fight with nobody. I gotta get, I'm all over again. I mean, this cat, he knows everything. He's like an encyclopedia. So I'm gonna learn from this cat here. He's a good guy, he has a good heart. He has a lot of ambitions. And basically on a mission. Our goal is to get 6 world champions within two years. That's our ambition. That's within 2 years. What we want to do, we want to travel around the country, promoting the best fights. Okay, make more champions, promote champions. And listen, because listen, all promoters, like Don King, Bob Evans, Russell Peltz, they fade away. Now it's time for First Blood now. The young cats are First Blood now. And I know a 50 Cent, a rapper, he's a foreigner. Now, if he can do it, there are horses out there. I see there are horses out there. You got Floyd Mayweather. If they can do it, I know I can do it. I pay my dues in boxing. Now I'm gonna come in this capacity to be a promoter, and I'm gonna let my insight and my knowledge to bring out the best fighters. You know, my insight and my experience to really put on the best fights. But I'm gonna learn a lot from this guy here, Danny. He knows everybody, man. He's got everybody. We got together. We made the TV guys. Went to go around different Jones, different places. And everybody knew this guy. So I thought he was famous. My first guy was everybody knows him. That's so Damon. So I'm hooked up with the guy. He's very ambitious. I love the game of boxing. He's been very diligent, so his due diligence in putting this thing together. And I'm just so amazed that the team that he has around him, the guy that he chose to help him put this fight card together. They had different jobs, and it's coming together real good. I'm not naive. I admire what he's done. He should be commended for going the way he did to put this card together. And he's already talking about the second and third shows we got coming up already. We got one in July, we got one in August. This is the hustle for us. We're going to put our heart and soul to Boston, because I love Boston. We've always waited for Boston for so long now. I'm back, this is my comeback. It's pro boxing. So I'm putting my heart and soul to this thing, and I'm going to be filled with all fighters. I'm going to get Don King and super Alpha fighters. Like other opponents like the Alpha fighters, like Bob Evans, catching Alpha fighters. We'll be fair promoters, man. We're going to put on the best fights. Like he said earlier, we're going to travel around and make champions. We're still going champions. I believe we can do it within the time frame that we set. 2 years, six champions. And that's our goal. That's our mission. And we definitely going to team that we have around us. We'll continue doing this put great cars together. I'm looking forward to the June 20th car here at the deck. And I never knew it was a fight in town. I said, where's the fight going to be? He said, I see you. I said, where's that at? The airport. So we drove out there by the airport. I said, I'm thinking like next door to the airport. He was way, I'm going to come on while I was there. So, it's right out the backyard, right in the neighborhood. I said, so I'm looking forward to a great show with the fighters, the cars. And I'm excited. I'm excited. We will see some great cars. Again, we got cars lined up down the road. We're working hard, man. It does it. Putting these fight cars together and bringing the great fights. And get that name out there. Like you got with 50 Cent, the Mayweathers, and I said, I use their name. They're out there. We're doing world championship parties down in Vegas. So that's where we're going to be at. We'll shoot short period of time. That's where we're going. We're actually going to AC, right? We're going to be going at AC very shortly. So we're going to make a lot of noise, man. We're going to make a lot of noise. We're going to recognize who we are going to be promoting. I'm also glad that, he's got crowd, we keep tuning his horn so much, but I was impressed when I met with him and he went around different zones. He knew everybody, he had this already planned out. I had to do too much for him. I said, all right, just make people shake their hand, but this guy had everything planned. The tickets, the marketing, the advertising, put a fight card together. I mean, it's a moment game, but we're a very bad team together, we're better together. So I'm looking forward to it. Even though I'm not fighting more, I'm looking forward to being a promoter. Because I haven't boxed in so long. I haven't did nothing. I haven't even watched the boxing, so I really miss boxing. And right now, I'm going to put my all to being the best promoter in the world. So with that, thank you very much.
Two-time world champion, Olympic gold medalist, Melvin Taylor. He's still on HBO to this day, but every world champion up here, in attendance, fighters, rising, I want everybody to understand the world champions, man. This door is open to you to be coming in, hang out the VIP meet and greets. I can't afford to pay you guys right now, but have you guys acknowledge this is epitome. You guys have fans, for years, man. And have you guys come here, Gibbs, come in, Big Cat Promotions, Buster Drayton, I know for a long time, Jeff Chandler, terrible team with us, but it's really important for the sport of boxing. You can't go to MMA, whatever say, in all due respect, MMA guys, I will give it to MMA guys, don't fight anybody. Boxing is so tough, but you guys gotta fight whoever to get there, because that proves you're the best. But, yeah, thank you so much. I gotta acknowledge a few other people. I'm gonna finish out with Curio and Hank and so forth. I'd like to thank one of the top limousine company in the Philadelphia area. He does a lot. A good friend of mine, Jeff Smith. I'd like to thank Integrity Limousine. Jeff. Every time I say his name, he runs out of the room. He's funny. He hates the spotlight. But also, I'd like to thank another one. If any of my sponsors here, I didn't know your company showed up. I know one guy showed up, and he's a good friend. One of the top construction companies in the Philadelphia area as well. He owns A.G. Cipollone and Sons Construction. Welcome Al Cipollone. He'll build your house. This guy's famous now. Also, I gotta say thanks to a good guy, man. He's, I always remember when I saw him at Barnaby's, he was, all he wanted to do was take a picture, and that really meant a lot to me. Casey Tillman, Casey, my man, thank you for coming. But before opens in the house from I can't say it. I'll let him say it, but I do have to recognize he's a rising heavyweight prospect. Just scored a great win in Atlantic City the other night. He's undefeated. I'd like to welcome Dante Selby. Yeah. Dante Selby. You here? Oh, Dante Selby, man. All right. So not last. You want to say a few words, Dad? He might say he's gonna knock somebody out. I don't know. I tell you, he's big. But
I'm lost for words.
yeah, he's a legend trainer, and this guy's without, this is an important night also, everybody. This is a special father-son fight night. Father's Day is the Sunday before the event, so it's a special. We're gonna recognize fathers and sons. If you have a son, you have a dad, you gotta go to the fights, man. It's just a normal thing. So let me welcome this gentleman. He's one of the legendary referees. This guy is Hollywood. He's a great referee, the ambassador in Norristown, Hank Cisco.
I'm 89 years old, so I'm just bobbing and weaving up there. I had to get 5 guys to help me up on top of this platform. I was born in Brooklyn and I moved into Norristown, Pennsylvania. My brother Tony was a middleweight fighter. I don't know if you remember Tony Cisco. He fought out of Norristown. And when you fight from a small town and you fight somebody from Philadelphia, the winner of this contest, Philadelphia, you had to knock him out. And my brother had to knock him out. So I became a boxer. I fought the amateurs, Golden Gloves, Diamond Belt, Chester Times. And most of the fights I come in second. But I fought. Then I turned when I said, well, if I want to be a fighter, I want to get myself a good manager and I want to get a good trainer. I went to New York and I got Charlie Goldman and Al Weil, who was the trainer manager for Rocky Marciano. And was very successful. I did all right, about 5 or 6 straight wins. Then broken here, the thumb, and then the here, over there. So the doctor says I got brutal, my bones were brittle. So he says, you better get another occupation. So I became a policeman. And I was a policeman for 24 years in Norristown, and then I became a county detective in the district attorney's office. And then after that, I thought, well, I better start being a referee. So I became an amateur referee. But some of the highlights of my career is refereeing the fight. I think it was Joe Frazier. I think it was his 3rd fight before the guy did Staples. And I stopped the fight, I think it was the 2nd round. And then they said, oh, he's a stinker, that's a fake, I said, this guy can punch.